Hello, students. Welcome to another institutional spotlight series of Careers 360. Our focus today is IMT Ghaziabad, and we have with us Dr. Barnali Chaklader, who is the Professor of Finance and Accounting and the Dean of Academics at IMT Ghaziabad. She has over 28 years of academic and corporate training experience. Since 2014, Dr. Barnali has been associated as a visiting faculty with Kufstein University of Applied Sciences, Austria. She has presented research papers at various national and international conferences across several countries and has published extensively in peer-reviewed journals. Her research interests span financial reporting, cost management, and corporate governance. Dr. Barnali is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India and holds a PhD in finance from Bundelkhand University, Jhansi, an MBA from Lalit Narayan Mishra Institute, Patna, and a master's and bachelor's degree in commerce from Delhi University. In addition to her academic engagements, she is also a seasoned corporate trainer. She designs and delivers in-house and open training programs for both public and private sector organizations. Her flagship training modules include finance for non-finance executives, financial statement analysis for decision making, and strategic cost and revenue management. An honor to have you. Please welcome on board. Thank you so much for having us and speaking to us today.
Thank you, Ms. Prabha.
My first question is, IMT Ghaziabad aims to achieve excellence and nurture leadership through knowledge, innovation, tech readiness, entrepreneurial mindset, and sustainability. Can you please explain what all of this is about?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for asking me this question. This is a very relevant question. And, we actually groom individuals to initially become managers and then eventually take on leadership roles. As you know, IMT was formed in 1980. So you can imagine our alumni base. So they are leaders. We have more than 1,500 CXOs spread across the globe, not India, but globe. So what I'm trying to say, that is what we try to do, we endeavor. And asking about this sustainability, tech readiness, etc., what we feel that unless and until a student has that orientation of sustainability, is ready for all technological innovations and changes and disruptions in the environment, in the business environment, the student is not ready to become a leader. So by tech readiness, we mean to say that we encourage our students to use artificial intelligence to learn courses. AI is something that is included across all our courses and programs. So we encourage students, like those days are gone when I'll just follow the chalk and talk and the students will read from books. No, we don't do that. We give them a lot of experiential learning. So there are certain courses like, business communications, legal aspects of business. Then we have design thinking, critical thinking. We have business research, startup incubation, and of course, sustainability and social responsibility. So in these courses, they learn by doing. And this technology and digital transformation, everything is taken into consideration while our course curriculum is prepared. Of course, sustainability also has to be a part of it. So that is what we mean, like our curriculum is designed in such a way that it takes care of all these aspects that you mentioned. So suppose, we say, okay, fine, we have this specialization on analytics. We have, of course, this IT management specialization. We are teaching them a particular program, or say we are teaching them, say, for example, Python. But then the moment they go out in the industry, maybe, some kind of upgradation comes, something else comes which becomes relevant. So how we, therefore, more than learning about the program and the particular subject, we create a mindset where the student knows if there is disruption in the business world, once I step into the corporate world, I know how to handle and adapt to it. I know how to innovate. So innovation is also something that is imbibed in all our curriculum. So basically, it's not about what we teach them. It's just that, the courses actually make them confident that, yes, I have whatever I have studied, I have also practiced. For example, we have a we have many Bloomberg terminal here. Then we have an analytics lab, we have a Markstrat lab. So students know that if my professor has taught in class or if I have prepared something, I have something where I can do some hands-on training. So that when they go out, in the job market, they are ready from day one. So that is what our curriculum, Pravaji, if you just give me a few minutes, I would like to discuss how we design our curriculum. So what basically we don't design our curriculum based on what our professors can teach. Rather, we see what the corporate world needs. That is the kind of feedback we get from the corporate world. As I mentioned, that 1980 means lots of alumni, 1500 CXOs. So we get inputs from there. Then we get inputs from the corporate world. What exactly is required? We do a role competency mapping. Role competency mapping means first we decide what is the role my student will get once he or she graduates from IMT. For that role, so there are two types of role. One is which I can achievable. Another is which is my aspirational role. So when the student comes to campus, we will tell them, see, what exactly do you want to do? So he will give us or she will give us two roles. This is what I aspire to be. But at the same time, we tell them, okay, this is very good. At the same time, be prepared for a second role also, which is practically achievable. So we give them, based on that role, and these roles are also what the industry wants. Based on that role, we will create our curriculum. So we will see what all competency the student requires. We will map that and our courses will be customized according to that. Then the students will do those courses. So it is pretty flexible. And so when the industry comes, when the corporate world comes, when the companies come for recruitment, they tell us, hey, your students are quite ready. I don't have to groom them much. I would like to have them. And once I have them, I will invest on them, not for the basic skills and competency, but higher level. So my student actually has a fast track promotion as compared to other competing B schools, you see.
That's actually a very good theory and practice to put into shape. My second question is about AACSB. IMT Ghaziabad is accredited by AACSB, and very few have in the country are accredited like that. So, can you give us insights on how this was brought about? More important, how does this matter, or why is it important from a student's perspective? Because we say it's accredited, but many students do not relate why and how it matters to them.
Yeah, so that's another very relevant question, and students must know it. AACSB is a global accreditation body, you know that. So what happens is IMT nowadays, quite a lot of institutes are AACSB, but IMT was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was fifth or sixth in number in entire India, you see. So why this was done? Because although we were formed in 1980, but there is something we have been always focusing on innovation. So that is a part of our mission statement. So innovation and then changing, upgrading, all these things were there. But then we wanted to adhere to global standards also. Although we were doing that, but we wanted some certification that we were doing it. ASSB, again, if you are ASSB accredited, means that your processes, your curriculum, your everything is at par with the premier B schools of the globe. So that means you are actually certified that you are adhering to global standards. So this is something. And also your question, how the students will benefit. Before that, I would like to say an ASSB B school always attracts the best of resource. from India and abroad. Because if suppose we have, people working in different organizations, say in the industry or in academics, but they want to come to academics and they want something where they would have brainy students as well as the global standards, etc. So as we are able to attract good resource from various places. How are the students benefiting? The students are benefiting because the faculty will be the best. AACSB school, because they will be following a particular process. Their documentation has to be perfect, means the processes have to be followed. Curriculum has to be at par with the global business schools, because AACSB teams will come to accreditate. So they will come for inspection and verification. So that means everything has to be at par with the premier schools of the world. So that way, you see, our students are benefiting because sitting in India, they are getting the best of faculty as well as best of curriculum, best of global benchmarking. So that is the advantage. And of course, ASSBP school means the corporate also knows that, yes, the school has delivered the best standard. So let us absorb their students that way.
So I think we already addressed this because IMT emphasizes technology embedded not just in its identity, but integration of AI across all functional areas. So why is this necessary? How?
Yeah. So as I said, like AI these days, AI means it is artificial intelligence, but you have to treat it as your assistant. We tell our students that you use AI, but don't be a slave to AI. You use it as your assistant. Use it ethically. For example, I'll just give you a small example. Of course, we have subjects on AI in our analytics and ITM, that is, IT management, etc. Subjects are there. That's not a problem. But what I will say, practically, how do we use it? Is, say, for example, let us take the case of ChatGPT, which people use, Gemini, which people use again, something, and other forms of AI, all those are there. But then suppose I give a project to my student. What the student can do, ask AI to prepare a project report and submit to the faculty. Then end of the day, what is the student learning? Nothing. So we say you use AI. You take help of AI, but do it ethically. First, you cite what help you have taken. You want to do some forecasting, you do it, take the help of AI, but don't engage in any unethical practice. But AI should be something which should be your assistant, in the sense that AI should be able to lead, means help you going forward. Help you going forward by providing information, by helping you in analysis. You can do the work quickly, but you use your natural brain also to prepare the report. Something can really be done very well, where you can take the help of AI and create a masterpiece. But then that doesn't have to be simply copy paste from any of these AI tools. This is what we try to see. So AI should make your work easy. And suppose we are telling our students, no chat GPT, no AI tool. That means the student in future, when she goes to the corporate world, she would not know how to make best use of AI to get some achievable results, output. So you have to mix and match and do it. And you have to be ethical in whatever you do. That is how we have used AI across all courses. So in, say, for example, in case learning pedagogy, we have a course called, how students should participate in cases. Then we have this simulated environment also. There also students can use AI. The professors say you can use AI, take out information from AI, and then prepare your report.
Makes sense.
But
That's
each
exactly
person,
how.
even in the best of universities and B schools across all over the world, trust me, AI is used. but that is used as an assistant and not as, you should not be a slave, that you should stop thinking, you should stop your original thinking and you should say whatever the AI tool is, platform is saying. No, not that.
Yes,
Like for example, we have this academic committee at IMT Ghaziabad. So, academic committee can actually prepare a timetable with the help of AI. So how do they do that? They give prompts to AI. They give constraints that these are the constraints. This class cannot be held beyond, say, 6 o'clock or so. AI will create a timetable and give you. So are you not saving on human hours? You can
yes,
use that in something else. So that is the kind of training we give.
that's actually a good idea because you will have people who are conversant with the new technology also, but will make best use of their time.
Yes, yes. So that should be there. But original thinking should always be there with you. Yeah.
So, yeah, my next question is about the sustainability and responsibility. Now, IMT Ghaziabad was featured in AACSB's Innovations That Inspire list, right? And it has also been recognized as a Principles for Responsible Management Education champion. So, can you give the key points that made this possible? And again, like sustainability and social responsibility, I would like to ask you to, kind of highlight what benefits students get out of it. Because generally, these are terms that are very loosely used, but actually,
Yeah,
they mean a lot.
yeah, absolutely. We believe that a manager is not a complete manager until and unless he and she is a good human being. That is first thing we believe. So how do we ensure that? I mean, by getting us, grade point of something like 9.5 does not make me a good human being. So this is something which the students can learn only by doing. So we have a course called Sustainability and Social Responsibility. It's a hands-on course where the students go on the field. They work with NGOs and, in fact, NGOs only. And there, what they do is they say they are tied up with one of the schools or maybe some in a place in village where they go and they do some teaching. And it's not only teaching, they also sometimes they help them with their financial acumen, etc., giving them how they should be financially literate, talking to them. There are people who are on the streets. Our students go and try to help them. It's not about distributing blanket. That is not what I'm trying to say. But they create a project report, and through this sustainability and social responsibility initiative, we leave them on the field. So that is entirely, at least they have to go for 10 visits, and then the NGOs also come. The students are also, all the villagers, etc., are in touch with them. So they basically come to know what they have to do. I mean, how the society is, because these students are all privileged students. They will not understand until unless they go and meet the underprivileged, do something for them. They realize what they are facing. Like, for example, one of my students, when I was actually and we have a faculty mentor for that. So one of my students, when I was mentoring a particular group on this, we call it SSR. So the student came and the student literally cried and he said that now for the first time in my life, I've understood what a domestic violence is. Because when I went to, he went and he was trying to help a few of these village women to be how they can be self-made and how they can get into some kind of small entrepreneurial ventures and all that. Many of the ladies used to share their problems, household problems with them. And he said, this is the first time I've come to know. There was another student who was doing something for the people who have these small huts near the railway platform, right? So they went and they worked with them. They wanted to do something for them. And he came back and he said, I actually saw a person picking up roti from the platform. He said, now I understand he said, and all the time I have been cribbing that, I don't get this, I don't get this, that person has got better marks, that person has got a bigger car. Now I understand the realities of life. So if they understand all these things, then when they go to the organization, they will have the same feeling for them. And apart from that, ESG is again something which all of us must include in our curriculum. So ESG is something which again, it is of course a part of sustainability. So it is again there, which is there in most of our subjects. If you do not understand, if you do not appreciate about environment, social, and the governance, ethical governance, then in that case, you can never be a good leader in future. So unless they understand about governance, they will go to companies and then you hear of all those fraud stories, right? Companies misappropriating funds, governance issues, similarly social issues. So through SSR project, sustainability and socially responsible project, we ensure that they go and they mentor the underprivileged, they help them, and then they, so that they understand. First thing is, it's a win-win situation in the sense they will also get something in return, that coming back, yes, I, that kind of satisfaction, I have helped him, or now I know that I cannot demand so much from my life. I have to help them. And also the people like whom they are going and training for entrepreneurship, etc., will also be benefited. Now, many of our students go and tell them how they should be opening a bank account, how they should be maintaining a bank account, what minimum savings they should be doing, the farmers, etc. So sometimes they go and talk to farmers and tell them how they can use better help, take help of the different loan schemes of the government or different schemes of the government. So this is something where which they are not doing sitting in the classroom. There is no lecture in this. So a faculty is given, say, has to mentor 8 students. So that group will go on the field. Faculty will also visit once in a while. And of course, NGO will coordinate the entire process.
Okay.
And this is a 3-credit subject. So there are 3 credits, means 30 hours.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I think we already finished discussing somewhere in our talk about digital transformation and sustainability. Both you have addressed. The next question is like, there is a rapid stride in technology uh, in the past decade, if you just look at it. And more so in the business world, it has shown a prominent inclination towards not just entrepreneurship, but venture creation, while maintaining creativity and sustainability and social responsibility. So, how has the adaptation come across slowly, and how does it work out? For a student, how many credits, how many types of subjects, how do they take up?
Okay. So digital transformations and these tech courses, we have a say year-long course called Tech Readiness. So from day one till the end of the first year, it's not a 30-hour course at one go and then you forget. So, term one, we have 3 trimesters. So trimester 1, 2, 3, they'll be doing that. So they're all already in touch. And then your question about when they step into the corporate world, suppose they see that whatever they have learned is outdated, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because our students know how to adapt to changes, how to innovate, how to see what exactly is, they have to see what exactly is coming in near future and they have to adapt to that. So that disruption they can handle very well. That's not a problem. And sustainability, as I said, in most of our courses, it is sustainability is a part of our courses. So you'll find ESG factor in almost all our courses. And apart from that, I've told you about the sustainability and social responsibility projects that the students do. Your question on entrepreneurship, I'd like to elaborate a little bit. So, we have a subject, it's again an experiential course, practice course. We called it practice course. So in this, we have this business research. So business research is there, and business research means the student will learn about all research methodology and then how to do the related to research only. So, which is very application oriented. But then also we give an option to the student that if you don't want to go for business research, you can go for incubation. Okay, so and then anybody cannot go. So we conduct an interview, we see whether the student has a mindset for this entrepreneurship. So we handhold them. There are faculty available. We have an incubation cell, very active incubation cell. We handhold them from day one itself so that they can become entrepreneurs. They can go for entrepreneurship ventures. So then after that, if they say, I want to be an entrepreneur, I don't want the normal placements, I want to be an entrepreneur, it's okay. We help them rather, because we have got, if you look at the website of Alumni, you will see a lot of entrepreneurs. They are doing extremely well in their life, you know, and big companies, if you say. So that is also there. But yes, later on, if the student says, no, I want to sit for placement, it's okay. We'll let them be. But that hand holding, and we have got an alum here who is the head of an incubation center and also a faculty who is mentoring the center. So this alum is also, he had a successful venture, but now that he wants to do something for the next, his juniors, so he has come and joined here. So this is very active, because, and also we give so much of importance to entrepreneurship that we have a subject in our first term, which is a mandatory core subject called entrepreneurial managers. So once you do the subject, then you see that, yes, I am inclined to have my own venture. So we help the student to proceed that way.
A good alumnus is always an asset to any institution.
Yeah,
can you also give some insights on the different roles the alumni have assumed at IMT's progress, and today and in the days to come, how they have been contributing?
Yes. So alum, as you said, we were all born in 1980. IMT was born in 1980. So the kind of alum, as I said, alumni, we have about 1,500 CXOs with us. The rest are very well established. They're working in multinational companies. We visit any international country, if you have to write on Facebook that we are visiting the country, chunk of alumni come and meet us. So that is the kind of global connectivity IMT students have. And about their roles, what all they do for us. So, like our alumni, we invite them for delivering guest lectures. That is one. Then, of course, we have very senior alums, so they come for recruitments also. That is another added advantage. Alumni they mentor the students, they handhold the students. So the students get connected. Suppose they come to the class and for delivering some lecture, students send them a LinkedIn request, which they accept if they see IMT. So then the students get a lot of mentorship from the alumni. We have got very well established entrepreneurs also. So this entrepreneurship, we have entrepreneurs who handle our students because they themselves are entrepreneurs. For example, Mr. Mohit Gupta, who is again our alumni, and he's a co-founder of Spinny. We have Dharmil Sheth from Pharmacy. We have Ashutosh Bernwal, Buddy for Study, and so on and so forth. The list is endless. And we have notable alumni. They are CEOs, CMOs, in fact, CXOs of different companies. Of course, CHROs are there. So there's a lot of help from them when it comes to mentoring of students, delivering lectures in classrooms, and also as special, notable, distinguished guest lecture series. And also the good thing is, of course, placement, summer internship is again an additional advantage, because, whenever you have to recruit somebody, then of course you think of your alma mater. So that is always the advantage. So it's always better good to join an institute which has good standing in the industry and also is old. Old hair is actually gold. Generally, old is something we say aging, but hair aging is good for us. It is on our brighter side, I would say.
If you had to, think of any changes that you would like to bring about to elevate IMT Ghaziabad's position in global management education, what are the changes that you would like to?
I would say with all our accreditation, etc., we are already at par with many of the B schools across the globe. But again, of course, there is always a lot of room for improvements. So yes, we will continue having our accreditation, ranking, etc., and always we can become a more prominent B schools in the entire globe. So now we are known in India, of course, we are well known in India. But then what change we'd like to bring? Maybe we bring ourselves to that parameter, to that pedestal, where even all across the globe, we should be chased about B school. Yeah. So that is the kind of change. So there is always room for constant improvement.
Yeah, that's which
can be done with the help of our students, faculty, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, and it becomes truly global when you have international students also coming in, vying for the place.
Yes, we do have this international exchange programs. A lot of our students go abroad, students go for immersion, even students from various countries come and they do a term here at Ghaziabad. But still, when you said what improvement, I would say yes. Becoming number one is also not what you should aim at. Rather, there is, even if you have reached number one, there is always room for improvement. And right now, everything is global. Actually, it should be something borderless. When it comes to IMT Ghaziabad, a day should come when international students should say that this is the only place for us. That way.
Right. My last question would be: what are the key focus areas you are passionate about working on during your tenure here?
What are the key focus areas? Okay. Yeah. So technology is something which should be there, and every day, like, I want to improve on it. We all want to do that. And secondly, everything should be, there should be no, if we are saying, ESG, if we are saying sustainability, then I think everything should be paperless. Like, you have to save time on everything. We already work on ERPs and LMS. So everything has to be on the cloud. And there should be repository should be there, which all students, everybody should be able to access, of course, depending on the confidentiality, etc., and the information that is required. This is something I would like to see, and also is always aiming for better, something better. That is what I'm trying to see. The processes, if I say that, yes, I just talk of jargons like everything has to be tech ready, and AI should be there, or if I say sustainability, okay, these things are good. But then during my tenure, what improvement I would like to say, I'd like to make the process better. As I said, paperless, on the clouds, and everything available on the platform. So that is something I want to do. If the process is not accurate, then talking about any kind of future vision, etc., is incomplete.
I think that's very well said. If time is money, time is a lot of advantage.
Yes, and wastage, etc., in the process has to be minimum wastage, right? That has to be there.
Okay, I think we are done with all the questions that we needed to ask. Thank you so much for patiently answering. We'll edit the entire thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and I hope I could answer to the questions that you had raised.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.